play volleyball, they're watching the ball the whole time. All right, so that's just one thing if you guys, but I'm not going to go over. Working on vision is very, very important. But anyways, so a lot of times we're standing in this loaded position and we waste that first step. Actually, why don't you come over here so we can see? This is that way, this is the net right here. Okay, so a lot of times what I see is that first step is just this right here. Okay, we're in our loaded position and we just do this. So that's a wasted step, it's a wasted half a second, and we all know that that's going to keep you from closing that block. Okay, so I do a lot of work just working on that first step. Alright, so you're in that loaded position, you take that step, and I want that right foot to get past that X, or on that X. Okay? So that being said, taking that step, we're not stepping this way. Okay? You're using that momentum. Alright? So making sure, as you're taking that step, you're getting your shoulders over that foot. So go ahead. Good. Alright, so that would go in each direction. So, pretty basic, it's just one step, but they got to learn how to do it. It's got to be muscle memory in their head. So same thing in this direction, making sure you're getting a good first step. Okay, so this applies to swing blocking and static blocking. Alright, that first step. That if you don't take that first step, you're never going to close out a swing block because you only got those 3 steps. Okay, so really working on that. So we'll do that first, and then we'll advance into all the way over. We do static blocking at Cornell right now, so let's just do a step crossover. So making sure that first step. Good. Alright? Good footwork on. Good job. Alright? So really working on that first step. First step, first step. So let's get back over on the net. Let's have you guys help on a little. Come on back over. Sorry if you can't really see it very well from that angle. So I'll just have my middles. Just working on that first step. So to the left. Good. To the right. Good. Just making sure you're using that momentum. So next person come up. I know you're all there. It's okay. Good. That's a good big first step that way. Good. Okay. Come on over. So you're just making sure that big first step. Making sure they're loaded. Your momentum is going in that direction. So it seems pretty basic, but it's definitely something that I see that doesn't happen very often anymore. All right, so you're little. Let's see how far. Good. All right. Now, as you advance, I like to make our middles stay on their toes while they're moving. Sorry, I keep breathing into this. Tell me I need to. Okay, so I have my middles be on their toes the whole time. Because this transfer is even a little bit time consuming as well. But that's pretty advanced. It just depends on your middle. So just stand your toes. Yep. Alright. So that's really what we do from that spot. Now let's go like we're just blocked over here. Same thing in transition. A lot of time, that first step, even if they take a step off the net, I don't know what your middles do, but I have middles who go straight back this way sometimes, instead of going to that slant spot over here. So again, I put that X out, and it's just that step. So you just tap block, land. Good. Good. Go ahead. Let's be ready. Tap block. Okay, good. So this is just the one step off the net. So you're going to where you're going to take your approach from. Okay? So now we know that first step was good, but again, I want that momentum going towards your slant over here. And I'll explain what that slant means in a second. But making sure your shoulders are over that foot, so your momentum is going into the middle of the court. Okay? And just being really picky about this. I see it so often, middles doing this, and they're opening up to the ball, and their first step is this way. Okay? When they still have to come around all the way. So efficient, get to that X every time. And I'll do that over on that side as well. So tap block, tap. not going to be up in transition. Okay? So, we do a ton of this. We do it a ton. We have a wall in our gym. We just put a fake net up, put some tape down, and they have to do that as part of their warm-up. Okay? Because I want that footwork to be right. Because I like to use my middles. I played middle in college. I love it when the middles get set to. It's selfish, but, you know, we hit much higher percentages, right, at times? We do. All right. So, that's just the one progression right there. Then we'll start going to our slant. This is the slant right here. I don't put it on the 10-foot line, because realistically, in transition, how often is a middle going to get behind the 10-foot line? Anyone? I would say about 1%. So, and that's not statistically accurate. I didn't really do a study. But, in my experience, even with my 6'3" All-American middles, or Deb Static at Iowa State, I mean, some of you guys probably remember her. She's 6'4", and her legs are longer than the 10-foot line, but they still don't have time to get to the 10-foot line, or all the way back here. Okay? So I always go to my leg front, and we just have this thing here. A lot of people will stand in, so they have to take a 3-step approach. Well, 3-step approaches do not really work in transition as well. And then, approach forward. Make your middles go like this right here, they have to take a 3-step approach to get in for that quick attack. Alright? So I'm right here, and if it's a fast dig, or whatever happens, they run into whoever, you know that happens all the time, you can take that 2-step approach right from here, and crush the ball, because middles always get kills in transition. You don't even really have to crush it, you can crush it. This is awesome. Alright, so we're going to do that. Come back up into a slant and just take a 2-step approach in. Nope, I'm excited. Yep. Yep, yep. That's okay. We're just laughing at you. this direction, where do your middles hit the 31s all the time? Right here, right? And they're falling away this way, and the setter's getting mad because they can't find her because she's a moving target. Okay? So you're right here, you're slide stepping as much as you can, and then you're getting around that ball so you can hit it to left back as well. Okay? Okay. Now how was your first step? Good. Okay. Good. As good as, a left in the middle is fun to watch though, so I don't know about that. Okay, go again. First step. Alright, so now that they're getting to their slant really quick, they're taking 3 steps to their slant and taking 1 slide step and 2 steps into taking approach. So that's 6 steps to transition. If you waste that first step, you're taking a ton more. So now just take a tiny first step. Just kind of rotate your foot. Just do this what I said. Yeah. Now she's got to do, go ahead. Now do the forward. Yeah. Okay. It's crazy, isn't it? So just really working on that footwork, making it efficient. You don't have to have a 6-4 middle. If you're up in transition, they're going to be able to get kills for you. Okay? So let's go on this side over here. Same thing, big first step, trying to get past that X. Okay? That's okay. But making sure we're getting to that slant. Yeah.
Check an email.
Let's go to this
Some videos because it's shut